watching RT International. I'm Charlotte Dubensky. A pleasure, as always, to have your company with us this hour. Well, Russia has no plans to backtrack on its military operation in Ukraine. That's the message from President Vladimir Putin, who's met with the country's top brass to reflect on the year's key achievements and set strategic goals for the upcoming months.
The events of this year have confirmed that the West continues to wage a hybrid war against Russia. The activity of the NATO military bloc as a whole has sharply increased. Finland has already been drawn into NATO, and Sweden is planning to join. This is effectively the next stage in the bloc's encroachment on our borders. I was once told that this is not a military bloc, but rather a political organization. But no one has ever cancelled Article 5. And the aggressive nature of the bloc's policies is not hidden. The West is not abandoning its strategy of containing Russia through its aggressive goals in Ukraine. We have our own goals. We are not going to shy away from the special military operation.
Vladimir Putin spent a lot of time going over just how the special military operation has been going this year. He said that Russian troops successfully accomplished their objectives and according to schedule. And he also thanked the leadership of the defense ministry for leading its troops to those successes in the special military operation. The Russian president also spoke about the colossal losses that Kiev has had to deal with, as well as the ineffectiveness of its Western supplied equipment.
The enemy is suffering heavy losses and has largely wasted its reserves, trying to provide their masters some results of the much-hyped so-called counter-offensive. The myth of the invulnerability of Western military equipment has also collapsed. All attempts, as they said in the West, to inflict a military defeat on us, a strategic defeat, were thwarted by the courage and fortitude of the Russian soldier.
On top of that, Vladimir Putin called 2023 a tense year, and he brought some attention to the shortcomings that Moscow's had to deal with throughout the military operation as well, like the need to improve on Russia's satellite intelligence capabilities, its munitions supplies, as well as various different types of drones it's using. And he also said that although the Russian air defense system is the best in the world, of course, there's still spheres that can be improved in connection to that as well. Now, we also did hear from the Russian Defense Minister, Sergei Shoigu, who gave us some official numbers in terms of casualties that Kiev has been facing, specifically since the beginning of its failed counteroffensive on June 4th. The Russian Defense Minister said that the Ukrainians have suffered nearly 160,000 casualties, that's killed and injured, and since the beginning of Russia's military operation, upwards of 380,000.
Was there only talk, though, about the current situation, or was there any more expansion on other issues too?
Well, he spoke a bit about the reason why the world is basically living in this era of anything and everything connected to the Ukraine conflict right now. He said that it all began really back in 2014 when the West decided to support the Euromaidan coup d'etat in Ukraine. And he said that it's the West's fault that Russia has been forced to step into this conflict.
They deliberately dragged us and Europe into this conflict. They have achieved their goals in this sense. Russia and Europe were pulled apart. And now they are shifting the burden of financial responsibility and payments onto Europe. The weak-willed and spineless generations of today's politicians in Europe cannot resist this.